It is extremely important to become intimate with your imagination. Most people, when they think about their imagination, they don't take it serious or they see it as daydreaming. However, imagination creates reality. Your physical reality is a reflection of your state of being and what you've been imagining. And I tell my clients, and I do this myself, I recommend when you wake up in the morning, you need to visualize yourself having a great day. If you have any business you need to take care of, you need to see it going successfully. If you have a date, you need to visualize the date going amazing. The person telling you how beautiful and awesome and how they had an amazing time. If you have a business meeting, you need to see the person and hear the person telling you, I really want to work with you. This has been a great meeting. And what happens is you are training yourself to go to your imagination first. I know for me in my life, whenever things are not going the way I want it to go, I know I've strayed away from my imagination and I need to become more inner focused. A lot of people, they are physically focused. They are 3D focused. So they're breaking their neck trying to accomplish certain things. And I'm not saying that you can't, but it's a lot of force. However, if you go into your imagination and visualize it going the way you want, and you use inner conversations, it will be easier for you to complete those tasks. I'll give you an example. For instance, whenever I go to the gym, especially if I'm starting a new fitness journey, what I will do is I will see myself leaving the gym and looking at my Apple Watch and it's saying 45 minutes or an hour, however long I want to work out. And what will happen is when I go to the gym, I will work out for that amount of time. So again, it's extremely important to go to your imagination first. Use it as a tool. The thing about it is a lot of people are on autopilot. So they're constantly thinking old thoughts. They're in old state of beings and they're angry about their reality. Just like Neville Garter said, is if you're not living the life you want, what are you doing? So in other words, is if your life is not going the way you want it to go right now, you need to be visualizing the life you want to live. You need to be hearing in inner conversations, people telling you what you want to hear. And the more you do it, the more it becomes a habit. And what happens is when life happens, because life will happen. Listen, we're not going to be in a quote unquote perfect state of being all the time. But when life happens, you automatically know, okay, let me go into my imagination and change my state of being or see and hear what I want to hear. I did a video a couple days ago about what happened to me. I sent off equipment and I received a message stating they didn't receive the equipment. And as I stated in the previous video, I was nervous and scared for a moment. And then I was like, no. Reality is malleable. I create my own reality with my imagination. And I went into my imagination and I heard the woman telling me, yes, I actually found it. And as soon as I did that, she came back to the line and was like, oh, I'm sorry. We did receive it. We received it on March 9th at 5 o'clock. It's on the dock. I don't know why they contacted you. Issue resolved. So you can literally change things in real time. However, you have to use your imagination. You have to become intimate with your imagination. And once you do that, you will have a more harmonious life. You will have a more in flow life. You won't always be on autopilot or flight or fright or in a mode of fear. And that doesn't mean you'll never experience those feelings because, again, we're humans having a human experience. However, you can have a higher quality of life. So, again, you need to be focusing on what you want to experience. So, for instance, let's just say you have a birthday trip. See yourself having an amazing time on your trip. See yourself telling your friend or your family how amazing the trip was. Like Neville said, you need to be investing your thoughts. Don't waste your thoughts on negativity. And I guarantee you, your life will start moving more in a more harmonious way. You will start moving in flow. You'll always be at the right place meeting the right people. You'll always have a good experience with customer service. I know whenever I call a company or a business, I always get the nicest and kindest person, because before I make a call, I see it going successfully. If there's any business I need to take care of, I see myself getting the green light or getting approved or whatever it is going my way. You have to become intimate with your imagination so it can serve you. You don't want to be on autopilot. That's why it's important when you wake up in the morning to decide, how do you want your day to go? And you can take it a step further. How do you want your week to go? How do you want your year to go? For instance, what I do every new year, I choose a theme for the year. So for instance, the theme for 2023 for me is flourishing. That's the state of being I want to be in, and that's the state of being I selected. So for me, it's flourishing in my mind, my body, my soul, my spirit, my finances, my social life, my clients, my business. So I'm constantly seeing myself in my imagination flourishing in those areas of my life. I'm affirming that I'm flourishing in those aspects of my life. And also, on a physical level, I'm making sure I'm having conversations about myself flourishing or someone else flourishing. I'm having conversations that's around flourishing. When I go online, I'm only going to pages and following people that's flourishing. When I listen to music, I only listen to music that evokes the feeling of flourishing. That is my state of being. That is the timeline I'm on. And I'm experiencing that in every aspect of my life because I affirmed it. So again, you need to become extremely intimate with your imagination, and you need to decide, who am I? How do I show up in life? How do people treat me? How does the world treat me? You are the operant power of your life. Don't go back to the old man. Don't go back to the old version of you. Make that decision and stop looking for evidence. Once you make that decision, it's already done. You're not changing anything except for yourself. You're the only one that needs to change. And your physical reality will reflect your dominant state of being. That is law. You don't have to force it. You don't have to wait. You don't have to beg. You don't have to crave. You just have to know and trust. And how you build the knowing and the trusting is consistently going back into your imagination and seeing and feeling yourself the way you want it. Again, it's all about becoming intimate with your imagination and using it as your primary tool. And as I stated before, the more you use it, the more confidence and faith you build. So again, when something happens, just like I did the other day, you can experience your human feelings and then you can just snap out of it and say, no, let me decide how I want this to play out. Remember, everybody is a messenger telling you who and what you are. Remember, like Shakespeare said, the world is nothing but a stage. And everybody is just an actor playing in the role that you either consciously or unconsciously selected. We're always thinking, so you might as well use your imagination as an investment. You might as well go into your imagination and tend to your garden. Make sure you are planting lovely things, beautiful things, amazing things. You're seeing yourself in the greatest light. You're seeing others in the greatest life. You're seeing your country in the greatest life. and it has to be reflected back to you. But again, you have to become intimate within your imagination. And then life has to reflect your state of being. And you will have a higher quality of life. However, you have to have discipline. And you might as well, again, invest it in what you want, because you're imagining all day, every day anyway. So you might as well get tapped into the version of yourself and the state of being that you desire. I hope this helped. Have a great day.